Hi to all of my friends on Mentoring Monday and whoever sees this on a different day than Monday. I'm Sally Clarkson and I'm sitting in a cold, snowy afternoon in my living room and I just made a wonderful, actually Joel made a chocolate chip cake and I made 2 pots of soup, a chicken and a chili, and am getting ready to have friends over on this cold, snowy night. And it was a wonderful day like this so many years ago that I was sitting in my home in Texas, and it was a very hard time for me because Clay had to leave on Sunday nights every week, and he didn't get home until Thursday evenings, and Joy was having nocturnal asthma, and Sarah was a teenager, and Joel and Nathan were just boys, and we had just gone through a very, very difficult time in our church. Some people were splitting up, and I just remember thinking I was so depressed sometimes because I didn't know that Christians could behave in such a way. And I just took everything to heart. And I realized one morning that with Clay gone, my kids needed a happy mom. And so I thought, this morning I'm going to act as though I'm not depressed for a little while for their sakes. And so because Sarah was old enough to stay at home while they were still asleep, I ran to the store and I got these donuts, the things you don't get when you're a health food family very often. And I got these chocolate sprinkle donuts that were their favorites. And I came home and I made some hot chocolate and I lit a fire and I lit a whole bunch of candles. And when they all awakened and came into the room, it was like Christmas in November. And they were sitting around together eating. And Nathan had these little uh, chocolate frosting places on his mouth with sprinkles still sticking there. And all the kids were just smiling. And he said, I just love being a Clarkson. I just love that things we do. I love the special times we have. I love sitting on the couch and reading. I love being a Clarkson. And that's what all of your kids want. They just want to be a part of a team. They want you to feel like your family is a special club. I know that may seem funny, but when I look back in Scripture, I realize that God always made us for relationships. But even more so, God created the family to have a history and a purpose and a meaning and traditions and things that held their hearts together. I remember reading many years ago that people who ate dinner together every night or went camping together and had to spend lots of time away from media were closer and their kids were more likely to hold their moral values. Isn't that interesting? When you look at Genesis 1, we see that God created a man and a woman, first words out of his mouth of blessing, be fruitful and multiply, fill the earth and subdue it. The family was the unit through whom all of the world was supposed to be organized and take on the purposes of God. We see that God put all the Israelites into families, and they were a part of a history better than themselves. I'm of the family of Joseph, and he did this. I'm of the family of David. I'm of the family, my family goes all the way back to Babylon where Daniel was. And so it's so important biblically, and I will be talking a lot about that tonight in the e-conference, to understand the purpose, the design, the long-term intention of family. I've seen in my older kids lately that because they feel like there's this invisible thread connected to their hearts, they feel loyal to each other. They're a part of each other. When one of them has been very depressed, the other one's helped. When somebody had to move, they all came around and helped. When someone needed a job, the other one got a job interview for that child because they are connected. You might see that I travel a lot to be near my kids, but it's because I pour into them so I can remind them what their lives are about, what our morals are as a family, who we are as the Clarksons, so that they go into the world feeling that they're a part of a heritage. And so I hope you'll enjoy today's blog, and I hope that some of you will join me tonight because I'm going to be talking about from Genesis to Revelation this biblical picture of family, of motherhood, of being a wise woman, being called to civilize the world, being called to nurture. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Even if you don't come tonight, I hope you have a wonderful day. and I'll talk to you later. Bye.